Okay, 12-minute HIIT, drop-ins. I have a bench and a 15-pound weight. So we'll see how this goes. Pretty much 6 minutes on one leg and 6 minutes on the other. 10 seconds. Okay, we're gonna start in our drop-in. So we're gonna find that pad of our foot. Here, strong arch, inside ankle bone high, heel off the ground, and we're just gonna push our hip back. Making sure we find that glute, find our hamstring, find our back, pushing the hip back as we rep this out. Head stays over this loading leg. Breathing, keeping shoulders relaxed, and just pulsing it out. Knee stays soft. You can see it kind of points out a little bit. We're not collapsing in here, we want to be out. Just push the hip back. All right, 10-second rest. Okay, we do a lateral drop. So non-loading leg goes to the side. Same motion with the loading leg. Pad of the foot, knee open, hip goes to the wall behind me. Hip isn't getting pushed out. It's not going sideways, knee's not coming in. Just pushing our hip back. Make sure you keep nice and tight in the front. We're not pushing our gut out. Everything's nice and tight back in here without doing a full crunch. So from the side, you can see my knee stays behind my laces and my hip goes back. And my glutes are burning already. So 6 minutes is gonna be super fun. All right, now we do a back drop. So same position, same leg, pad of the foot down, light on the heel, non-loading leg goes forward, and again, pushing the hip backward. To keep my heel down a little bit on this one, but I'm not pressurizing through my heel. I'm just pushing still through the pad of my foot, pushing everything back. Hamstrings lit, glutes lit, lower back's working a little bit. I think that rhymed. Relax the shoulders, find the breath. Okay, from the side here. Find that load and then push the hip back. Try and look forward instead of down. As much as I end up looking down, it's better to be looking forward. Pushing back. Whew. Same side. You're gonna use the bench, kind of a Bulgarian split squat, but not. So as we're gonna go in, still loading, knee opens, hip goes back, and we're gonna push our hip back. The deeper you go, the more challenging this is gonna be. Push back. Now this should be working your hamstring and your glutes, not your quad. If it's working your quad too much, you have to adjust how much tilting you're doing here. We don't wanna be here. We want to be butt back. Nice neutral in our neutral spine, nice natural arch in our lower back. We're not rounding our back. And pushing back. You can go as low as you want and push up, make it a little slower. Now we're gonna add a weight. I have 15 pounds, which might be a little bit much after all that, but that's okay. That's what I grabbed. All right, same movement, pushing to the pad of the foot, strong, arch, strong. Inside ankle, knee goes out. Come over my loading leg with my body. Head stays over this loading leg. So you come down and up. And as I push up, I'm pushing through the pad of my foot, which is pushing into my glute and my hamstring. And at no point when I come up am I pushing my hip forward, compressing my spine as I do that. We don't want that. We want to stay with that hip behind the rib cage. and my calves are burning. All right, a few more. All right, shake it out. So we got one more to do on that side. My calf hurts. All right, let's load it up. It's a little bit less of the leg, and we're going to do a little bit more row with this one. I guess it's kind of an iso hold with the leg as we row up. See, as I pull up, I'm using everything and I'm twisting out as I do this. I'm not staying in a lateral plane doing this. I'm not staying here and like rowing. I'm using my entire body to pull this weight up from the floor and find balance. Row. Holding that leg is burning out. Son of a beehive, that hard on the leg. Now we have to do the other side. All right, at the foot, pat the foot down into that drop in. Find your drop in before we start repping it out. Make sure you got that glute loaded, hamstring loaded, staying off the heel, pushing through the big toe, outside blade, arch stays strong. Head over loading leg, knee points out slightly, nice and soft, and rep it out. Again, everything in your core stays nice and tight as you do this. I don't want to see any bellies pushed out. Remember to breathe. All right, lateral drop, pressurize the foot. Find that drop in first, light on this non-loading leg, get that hip back, and push to the wall behind you. I think my right side's gonna be on fire sooner than the left side. Ridiculous. I think my workout yesterday is contributing to this. Hip back. If you feel pinching in the front of the hip and that hip flexor, adjust how much you're tilting your hip here. Might have to adjust, untilt it just a little bit, but don't push your hip forward. Just to play with micro adjustments in that tilt. Back drop, same leg. Used to get a 10-second break. All right, let's load it up. Hip back, knee stays back. Some more challenging on this side. Used to find this easier, not so much today. Again, while we're doing this, we don't want our hip going out. We're not twisting our hip this way. It's literally like somebody's got a string pulling hip straight back. Hip flexor, we don't want that on, just how your hips are tilted. Breathe, relax the shoulders. And I say all this because I have to remind myself, it's not just for you. All right, drop in, Bulgarian split squat kind of thing. But this isn't for the quads, it's for the glutes. So let's just drop down without the weight first. Pushing your hip back, knee stays behind laces, keeping this toe, big toe down, pushing through the outside edge. The foot and arch stays strong. So you push your hip back. Try to make sure you're not putting so much weight on that non-loading leg. And if you notice, as I come down, I'm kind of spiraling down into this motion. I'm not doing this lateral kind of plane here. You're spiraling, loading up the glute, loading up the hamstring, lighting up that lower back. And I'm burning. Okay. Okay. And then we pick up our 15-pound weight because we want it to be tough. Using 15 pounds. All right, let's drop it down and come up. The slower you go, the more it's gonna burn, but helps you focus more on those muscles that you're using. So pushing through the pad, staying off my heel, hips going back, body is rotating towards that loading leg, knee stays pointed out and soft. Glute is on fire. Breathing through it because my glute is burning real bad. I think this is punishment. Punishment for working with my client. Made her build her glutes today. All right, last one is our row. Again, loading up on that leg. This is the final burnout for that leg. We're just adding the row just to try and take your mind off how much that leg is burning. All right, and again, my calves are lit up on this too as I do this. I pull up, staying off my heel, trying to keep my big toe down, keeping my arch strong through the entire motion. At no point am I letting my ankle come in or my knee come in. Everything is flowing open. Almost done here, I think, because I can't see the timer. There you go. 12 minutes. And my glutes are smoked. Whew. That was fun. Now I'm sweating.